Hey guys, so it's that time again for my monthly favorites. So in June I watched one new movie, started one new TV show, listened to one new album and 3 new songs, and also read 2 books. So let's get into this. So first, I only watched one movie this month, and that was Tomb Raider. My brother bought the DVD, and you know, Tomb Raider was a movie that when I saw the trailer that I thought looked interesting, but I've never really been a big fan of the Tomb Raider series, both movies and games, and so I wasn't really sure if this was something I was gonna want to see in the first place, but he got it, so I decided to give it a watch with him, and it was a really good movie. I think Alicia Vikander definitely was like the star of the movie. She did a wonderful job in the film, and I think brought a lot of personality and heart to Lara Croft. The rest of the cast was really good, but I don't feel like anyone in the supporting cast really kind of stood out like Alicia Vikander did. Other than that, this was just a really fun, action-packed film. It kind of set up some stuff at the end, so I'm like, I'd like a second film. I gave Tomb Raider 3.5 out of 5 stars. So the next thing is I started watching one new TV show this month, and that was Freeform's Cloak and Dagger. This is another kind of Marvel TV show, and I wasn't really sure what to expect from this because for 2 reasons. One, I'm not familiar with Cloak and Dagger, so I had no clue who these characters were or how they work. And 2, it was on Freeform. I watch a lot of Freeform, so I know how a lot of the TV shows work and like where they go for Freeform kind of drama. So I was a little worried about that, and also because when it comes to the Marvel TV shows, I've only seen the Netflix ones. So I've only seen Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, Iron Fist, and The Defenders. That's all I've watched. I haven't watched Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I remember when the show first came out, I tried to watch it, I couldn't get into it. I'm hoping to try to give it a second chance to see if I can get into it, because I've heard a lot of great things about Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., and I also haven't watched Hulu's The Runaways, so I really didn't know how this show would work not on Netflix, you know what I mean? That's been my only exposure to Marvel TV shows is Netflix, so I was kind of also a little worried about like, well, how will this show go, you know, not on Netflix and on Freeform, you know? But I can say I was quite pleasantly surprised. Cloak and Dagger is so good, and we're only like, I think 4 or 5 episodes in. I think that's how many have aired. I could be wrong on that, but I was hooked from the first episode. The cast is amazing on the show, especially Olivia Holt and Aubrey Joseph, who play Tandy and Tyrone, Cloak and Dagger. Their chemistry is amazing, and the way that they're telling these 2 teenage kids' story and how they're getting their powers and how they're connecting, it's so well done. And I'm loving it so much, and I'm really hoping that, you know, the writers can keep this really great consistent pace, you know. Because like I said, I watch a lot of Freeform. I've watched a lot of Freeform shows, and I know that they can start off really good and then they can go downhill real quick with like stupid drama. So I'm really hoping that Cloak and Dagger doesn't do that. But as of right now, I'm loving it. I adore the show. If you have not checked out Cloak and Dagger yet, I highly recommend it. Like, I can understand if people are like me and like, oh, it's a Marvel show on Freeform, what? But please do not let that like push you away from this. This show is really good. Please give it a chance. I highly recommend it. Alright, so moving on, we're going to talk about the music I discovered this month. Okay, so I have one whole album and then 3 songs. So the first is I listened to Maren Morris's Hero album. I first heard about Maren Morris when I got Niall Horan's album, and she did a song with him called Singing Blind. And I remember listening to her voice and being like, okay, she's clearly country, but there's just something about her voice I really liked. Because while I'm not a huge country fan, I do appreciate some country artists, just because I can't deny the talent. And so when I heard Maren singing Blind with Niall and how well their voices work together, and how much her voice kind of made me curious about her, I checked out her Hero album, and it's so good. It's such a good, strong album, and what I like is, to me, it has that clear country sound to it, but there's also some pop elements to it. It almost kind of reminds me of Taylor Swift's, like, maybe Speak Now or Red album, where there was still country stuff in it, but it also had the pop influences. That's how I'd probably describe Maren Morris's Hero album. But I really, really enjoyed it, and I really loved all the songs. And the only one that I kind of skip when I listen to the album is Drunk Girls Don't Cry. Like, it's a good song, but it's not one of my favorites. But I absolutely love Sugar, My Church, 80s Mercedes, and Second Wind. Those ones I could play on loop all the time, but as a whole, the album is amazing. And yeah, if you are someone like me who isn't big on country, but you do like the occasional country, I would highly recommend Maren Morris. And even if you don't like country, I would still recommend Maren Morris. I think she's a really great artist, and I really liked her albums. Then moving on, the 3 songs. So 2 of them, so apparently I've been living under a goddamn rock, because I was not aware that Troye Sivan had new music out. Like I said, I feel like I've been living under a goddamn rock. So one of my friends, she kind of messaged me on Tumblr, and she was like, I can't believe you haven't been talking about Troy's new music. And I was like, Troy don't have new music. And she was like, yeah, he does. And so I immediately went to YouTube, and I listened to My, and Bloom, and oh my god. Oh, I am so excited, because these songs were amazing, and the music videos, holy shit. The music, oh my god, if you've not seen the music videos for Troye Sivan's My, or Bloom, go watch those. They're amazing. But I just really love the kind of different sound that Troy's kind of going in compared to Blue Neighborhood. It just sounds different to me, and I'm really excited for his new album. I'm definitely gonna get it when it comes out, because My and Bloom and have just made me super excited for his new music. And then the last song I want to talk about is Jesse McCartney released some new music. He released a song called Better Than You, and I just love it so much. I'm a big Jesse McCartney fan. I've been one since I was a teenager, and I've always loved Jesse's music. There have been some albums where I was like, okay, these are not as strong, but there are good songs on it. And Better Than You is just a beautiful song that I've been listening to on repeat the last couple days. Also, the music video is such a cool concept that he has for his music video, and it's so visually interesting and entertaining to watch. Also, Danielle Campbell from the originals, she played Davina in the originals, she's in the music video, and it's just so good. I'm really excited for new music from Jesse McCartney. That's all this song did. And yeah, if you haven't listened to it, once again, I highly recommend you go listen to Jesse's new song. Alright, now time to talk about the books I read in June. And oh my god, I actually read some books this month. I've already done a wrap-up to be read, which I will link somewhere, because I'm hoping to get that posted before I post my favorites, so you can just go over there and find out my full, thoughts on these books. But first we have Prodigy by Marie Lu. I finally finished Prodigy after many months. I gave this 4 out of 5 stars. This was a reread. I originally gave it 4 out of 5 stars, and the book still held up to that rating. I did have some issues with it, but overall it was still an enjoyable read, and I can't wait to read the final book in the series, Champion. The other book I read is Everyone Hanging Out Without Me and Other Concerns by Mindy Kaling. This is her autobiography. I gave this 3.5 out of 5 stars. That in no way says that it's a bad book. It was a really enjoyable read. It was an interesting way that Mindy decided. I did find the way Mindy decided to write it interesting. Also, what I loved about this is, even though I wasn't listening to like an audiobook, every word I read in this book, in my head, I heard Mindy's voice, so I thought that was fun, because Mindy has such a distinctive voice that I highly recommend you give this a read. Don't let my 3.5 deter you. It was a really fun read, and it's also a quick, but this is only 219 pages, and yeah, it's a really good read, and I enjoyed it. Okay, so those were my favorites. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you'd like to discuss anything I talked about in this video, you can comment down below, or you can reach me on my Twitter, my Tumblr, or my Instagram, all linked down below in the thingamajig. So, yes. Like, favorite, comment, subscribe. Until next time.